the Starlink Mini deliver high-speed internet when going highway speeds, and what's the best way to mount it on top of your vehicle? We're going to answer those questions in today's video, so let's get into it. People love the Starlink Mini for one reason: mobility. Compared to its big brother, the Starlink Standard, and its even bigger brother, the Starlink Performance, the Starlink Mini is much lighter, compact, uses far less power, and is super easy to deploy. This dish is built for cars, travel, and rapid deployment. It's honestly the last piece that people need to work from anywhere. If you have a laptop, a cell phone, and power, then you have extremely fast internet anywhere that you go. So what we're answering in today's video isn't if the Starlink Mini works. There are dozens of videos of that. We will be doing some testing today to see how it works in motion, but we're gonna show you how well does it work in motion. Can you actually do it going highway speeds, 70, 80 miles an hour, and what's the best way to mount it? For ways that people are mounting this right now, I would say the two most popular ways that we see right when people get their Mini is they are wedging it on their dash, pushing it all the way forward and finding some way to wedge that in your front view, because that's the best way it's gonna get a clear view of the sky, or wedging it inside of their sunroof here. So if you open it right here, you could see that this Mini is relatively thin, actually extremely thin for what it can do. And people are just having it rest, you know, finding a way to wedge it in there and stay. And those options do work, but problem number one is when you have it inside of your dash right here, it's really just blocking your field of view if you have anybody sitting in the passenger seat, and it really just slides around. Here, let me actually just show you. If you have it set right here and you're kind of wedging it near the front, that's a great example. This is me just barely tapping it. This is literally just gonna slide around. I mean, I don't wanna damage my, very expensive dish that I have right here. This dish is really awesome, but it gets damaged so easily. If you go onto Reddit, you will see countless examples of people accidentally dropping their Mini right when they get it. It's falling off of their vehicle, they're sliding it in their backpack, it's hitting all the materials inside of their backpack, and it's cracking and just running it into issues. And so that goes with the same thing. If you're putting this up in your sunroof and this falls down, this is gonna whack somebody in the head, and it's not gonna be a really good outcome. So the best way to do it is to keep the Mini protected and have an extremely versatile way of mounting it in a way that's going to handle highway speeds. So let's go ahead and show you how we're slapping this together and mounting it on top of our vehicle today. Alrighty, so when it comes to this Mini, there are two things that are really important. The first is protection. You want to make sure, since you're bringing this absolutely everywhere with you, you want to keep it protected. This is your lifeline. This is how you stay connected to your family and get your work done. You don't want this thing getting damaged. And the second thing is versatility. Since you are bringing it everywhere with you, you want to make sure it's faster to deploy and easy to use. That's where we come in. The Veritas fans, Starlink Mini mount. This is extremely versatile. I'm gonna show you how this is all slapped together, but essentially is a case, an otter box for your Starlink Mini. It is made from HDPE, the same material used in ballistic armor and in boat deck applications. It's one solid piece of plastic. It is not 3D printed. It's gonna keep your Starlink Mini incredibly protected. We have mounting points on the top right here in these holes, and mounting points on the bottom. This one is outfitted from a handle. And a question we get all the time is, this is our signature hardtop right here. It's white, so it reflects heat. If you have this mounted on the outside of your vehicle and you have sun hitting on it all day, once the Starlink gets past 122 degrees Fahrenheit, it's gonna have some significant throttling to prevent it from overheating, and that's gonna impact your performance. So we don't want this to hurt you at all. So that's why we have the white hardtop. And the other thing regarding this hardtop we get asked all the time is, does it have performance issues? Does this protective hardtop reduce your signal? The answer is no. We have sold thousands and thousands of these kits, and customers have reported to us no degradation to performance whatsoever. This is your protective casing, so let's go ahead and slap it on. All right, we have the hardtop taken apart, and this is manufactured via CNC, so it is extremely precise. Look at that precision right there. The Starlink Mini just sits perfectly in there. You can see the whole face is now fully protected. Before we slap on the backing, I'm actually gonna take off the kickstand because I wanna show you something else that's extremely cool. This is the Peak Dew battery. This is a 99 watt-hour battery. It gives you 4 to 5 hours of power to your Starlink Mini. It makes it completely wireless. So you could deploy the Starlink already before it's like a matter of minutes when you try to hook it up, get a good angle, etc., etc. It brings it down to minutes to seconds. Once this is all set up, you're literally gonna have rapid deployment internet. So all this does is it slides in the back. You can hear it kind of clicked into place. Now it's stuck on there. This battery pack is super awesome. Given the battery size, it actually meets the TSA requirement, so you can bring this onto a plane. Has a nice LCD screen in the front here, so you can travel anywhere with it. It offers pass-through charging as well, so you can keep this connected, power the Mini, and then also charge this. It also accepts solar array, so if you want to charge and have infinite power, like a completely wireless infinite power setup, you can do that as well. Let me go ahead and just slide the peak dew in there, and then now we'll put on the backing. Now the Starlink Mini is fully protected, ready to hit the road. So that's the protective part, and now the mounting is super easy. Here we have our rubber-coated magnets. These rubber-coated magnets, all 4 of them combined have 150 pounds of holding power. You could slap this on the outside of your vehicle. If you have a Ford that has an aluminum body, or a Jeep that has a plastic roof, or you're wanting to put this on a RV that has rubber roofs, highly recommend you check out our VHB metal pucks. These add as a mounting point, so you could still use our rubber-coated magnets. The thing that's so awesome, and why I so strongly recommend rubber-coated magnets, it is a set it and forget it option. Literally slap it on top of your car and you don't ever have to think about it. So this is how easy it is to put it together. Boom, and now you do that times 4. And we are ready to be mounted. We have the peak dew battery, the protective case, the rubber coated magnets, and then mounting is like this. Boom, done. All right, so there it is. We're gonna see how this holds up on the highway. Power that on, hold it down to activate the DC port. We're at 51%. Starlink Mini is now powering up, no wires whatsoever. Okay, so now we got the Starlink fully mounted up. Let's hit the road and see what type of speeds we get in terms of how fast I'm driving and download, upload speeds when going down the middle of the road. And one thing I wanted to mention that I haven't is that I am out in some rural farmland today. Wanted to make sure that I got some really good examples for the type of use case that you would use this. We're out in the country today, and we're gonna see how the Starlink Mini performs. All right, we are currently going through some backcountry roads right now, and I am going 65 miles an hour. I'm gonna try to get up to 70 right now, and I'm screen recording right now. So let's go ahead and begin a speed test. And I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna just let the speed test run as I pay attention to the road here. And we're gonna see how it's doing. So far, the Starlink Mini has not budged whatsoever, which is really great. Those rubber coated magnets are extremely strong, and that's why we recommend them for mounting on the outside of your vehicle. And what's really great is, let's say you're driving all day and you have it on the outside of your vehicle, and you get to your campsite or the place that you're working, and you just so happen to be under a lot of coverage. When I say coverage, I mean there's a lot of trees, a lot of mountains, or you're parked in a tunnel, and the Starlink isn't gonna work. It's satellite-based internet and needs to have a clear view of the sky, and that's why doing a permanent mounting solution isn't really gonna work for you. Versatility is the name of the game. You're gonna wanna be able to move that Starlink around and ensure that you're always connected. So what's really great is those magnets are extremely strong, but when you stop and you have that handle, the bolt-on handle, you can pop it off and move it to a clearer view of the sky. And since we're using the peak dew battery, it makes it completely wireless. So the first test just ended right now. We can pop it up on the screen. I got 215 megabits down and 17 megabits up, which is phenomenal speed. That's more than enough that people need. And the one thing that's really awesome about the Starlink Mini is that you can connect up to 128 devices on it off that one dish. So if you're somebody who is, your family's probably not that big, but if you're wanting to power it for your team or for everybody on a job site, this is gonna be a really great option. All right, so we have been driving for some time now. I have performed about 5 tests, Starlink Mini in motion, averaging probably about 65 miles an hour. We're gonna do some tests of us getting really high up there in speeds, but the bottom line is that rubber coated magnet up there, all 4 of them combined can definitely handle it. You could check out online where people are saying they're averaging, while they're not supposed to be doing this, 90 miles, 100 mile an hour. Actually, you're allowed to do this for Baja stuff. We sell a lot of our mounts to people that are doing Baja, thousands of miles covered out in the desert, hitting speeds well over 100 miles an hour, and those rubber coated magnets hold. They do not go anywhere, they do not budge, so strongly recommend doing those. But overall, in terms of the speed test, we know that the mount works. The second question we wanted to answer is, can the Starlink Mini actually handle getting high-speed internet when going down the road? Well, we can pull up the results right now, and you can see that the Starlink Mini has been averaging well over 100 megabits, hitting 200 megabits a lot of the times. And at this point, Starlink has over 5,000 satellites in orbit, and they're launching so many, especially in 2026. I got a feeling these speeds are going to be considered low in the very, very near future, especially as they optimize and get better. These speeds are more than enough for streaming, taking video calls, downloading files, anything that you need to do from your laptop. For the most part, it's really going to get the job done. For the average person that needs to stay connected, especially when it matters the most, this is going to get the job done. We just got done finishing up some highway tests on the outside of the vehicle, but that's not the only way that you can mount it. If you don't want to be on the outside of your vehicle, I want to show you one other way. So let's go ahead and pop this off. And the one thing about these rubber coated magnets, them being strong, is that they can be difficult to pop off. But if you have this handle here, place it down, push your thumb, and then it comes off much easier. If you're wanting to mount on the inside of your vehicle, or if you have glass or any smooth surface and you're wanting to do more of a temporary but still really strong setup, is our industrial grade suction cups. These are industrial grade in the sense that they're extremely strong. They're pump suctions and actually remove the rubber coated magnets that we have on right now. And now we have a mounting point on the top here. And so now we can put this up on some glass. If you want to get constant power to the Starlink Mini, you don't want to have to worry about charging this. We also do have power options below that you can go ahead and check out. Our wires are extremely thick gauge, or 16 gauge wire, twice as thick as Starlink's, extremely durable. And we actually are running power inside of the truck right now. Let's go ahead and slap this in the sunroof and show you how we run it. All right, let's get this mounted on the sunroof. All we do is suction it up right here, put some pressure, some slight pressure, pump it. Really, all the magic is inside of the pumping of that suction cup. You just pump it till this white line disappears. I ran power through my headliner. We have our cigarette outlets. This is a 30-foot one that I have. It's already set up and wired in there. Plug it in right there. And there you have it. The Starlink Mini is successfully mounted inside of my sunroof. You can see those white lines are all pumped and not showing anymore. And as soon as I turn my truck on, it's gonna get power and have the Starlink receiving juice to it, and it's gonna be able to operate just like that. So there you have it. Hopefully we answered your two questions. The first one, what's the best way to mount your Starlink Mini? Right here, we have everything: rubber coated magnets, industrial grade suction cups, roof rack adapters, power options, protective options, travel case options, everything that ensures you stay connected anywhere that you go. Go ahead and click the link down below to go ahead and snag that today. And then the second thing is, does the Starlink Mini work at highway speeds? The answer is clearly yes. You can stay connected going down the road, going on your campsite. So really, you don't need to work from an office as much anymore. If you have your laptop, your cell phone, all you're missing is high-speed internet. This solves it and gets the job done. So build your gear one time and forget about it.